Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another AFK Journey video. Today's video we're going to talk about Wishlist. Alright, I do like the system that this game provides. That means you can basically select certain characters to have a higher chance to obtain them. Alright, that includes the S rank character, the A rank characters, etc. So hopefully in this video I'll be able to provide with you guys a little bit of insight on which are the better characters to use. Courtesy of Pretwin as well, because they actually just updated their guide. Now, first things first, I want to keep you guys informed of the game's systems. If you guys are not aware yet, let's just briefly go through again why dupes are going to be very important in this game. So again, I'm just going to bring up my own characters right here. So you can see my CCR, when you obtain her, she's going to be Epic class. Alright, so you need dupes to basically get her up to Epic plus. Now it goes up in this particular order, right? So it goes to Epic, Epic plus, Legendary, Legendary plus, Mythic, Mythic plus, Supreme, Supreme plus. After Supreme plus, you don't unlock any more abilities. Now Legendary plus, Mythic plus, and Supreme plus do unlock additional abilities for each hero, which is why getting dupes are going to be important, especially for heroes that you currently already have and you think are strong. Those are going to be enhanced even further, alright, to be able to improve their abilities overall. So for example, for CCR right here, she has this ability that is going to increase her attack speed, and also, right, the creature she summons, Mr. Carlisle, right? And then of course for Mythic plus, you can see she'll be able to deal additional taunts, which is going to be insane. So a lot of these things are going to be very important for a lot of characters. There are some characters that doesn't need as much dupes, and that's going to be the three characters. Number one is Rowan. I'm sure you guys are aware by now.
Inventory.
So if you guys want to obtain just one copy, make sure you guys have at least one copy of Rowan. He's going to be very important throughout. Now one more is going to be this character right here, this character called Kruger. Now why is Kruger so strong, right? He's going to be very strong in the Dream Realm, where you want to debuff the enemies, alright? So you can see right here, if Kruger is present, the ally inflicts enemies with an extra stack of Shatter Armor, reducing their physical defense. Now each stack reduces physical defense by 10%. This is very good, which makes him like a really good character for trying to debuff, just generally, right? So in not really good in story, but at least you want to obtain one copy for this guy. He's an A rank, so it's going to be much easier to obtain. One more character is going to be Brutus. I did use Brutus a little bit, right? And he is a decent Mauler hybrid tank that can get you through early. Alright, if early game, if that's what you're focused on, he's going to be able to somewhat help you a little bit, but in most cases you probably won't really need him that much, so I'm going to put him on the list of the priority. So Rowan and Kruger should be the priority for getting one copy first. Now before I proceed any further, this video is sponsored by BlueStacks. If you guys are not aware what BlueStacks is, it's an Android emulator that allows you to play any Android games on PC. Now you can play any games, and that includes AFK Journey. Now BlueStacks is a relatively powerful emulator, and it allows you to do a number of things. You can also run multi-instance if you want to. That means running multiple copies of a game. Now as you can see, BlueStacks did partner with AFK Journey as well on the official release campaign. If you guys are interested to play any mobile games and all, it doesn't have to necessarily be AFK Journey, but any other mobile games that works on Android and iOS should work on BlueStacks as well. Big shout out to BlueStacks for sponsoring today's video. Let's jump into the video. Now, big shout out to Pretwin as well for the wishlist guide. I'm going to try to give a little bit of my insight as well. Hopefully you guys can get a different idea from a different perspective, right? So let's start off with light bearers first. So this is going to be of this particular class, who is going to be the priority for most players. Obviously, like I mentioned, get Rowan one copy, and then I highly recommend this girl right here, Tamisha. Now I'm currently running her in my particular account, and I think she's a very strong character. She's a defender, but she's more of a damage dealer that moves around. Alright, she doesn't stay there to protect your team. If you rely on her to be the only defender in your team, you're gonna have a very difficult time, because she sometimes just moves away and around, and sometimes the enemy don't really chase her. Sometimes the enemy will end up going to your backline, which you have to be very careful with. If you are using her in your team, chances are you're gonna need another defender to help fully protect your team. So Tamisha is a very unique character, right? She is going to be one of the stronger characters for the light bearer class. I highly recommend Tamisha to be in your permanent wishlist. And another character is going to be Cassidy. Now Cassidy is going to be like, if you already have Rowan, so ideally this is how your wishlist should look like. For now you cannot put Vala right here. Vala is available in the red up, but you can't set her in the wishlist yet. So Cassidy is, I have mixed feelings about her. I've definitely fought a lot of Cassidy in PvP in the PTR server. I think she's decent, alright. She is going to be a very cool character overall. She does feel dupe reliant in terms of needing more of her dupes to unlock her full potential. So definitely she's going to be a little bit of a finicky one, but in most cases she's going to be the best out of this bunch, because Rowan, you only need 1 copy, and for this girl right here, Atalanta, I don't really recommend her as much. She's just a bit lacking. Ideally, this is going to be the 2 best one for the S rank. As for the A rank, highly recommend this guy right here. So Corin. So Corin is very strong, alright, for an A rank character. He's one of the better A rank characters in the game, so does decent damage. Now he has this ability right here, this particular one. Corin jumps next to the weakest ally, granting both of them a shield that blocks 300% damage for 5 seconds. Now this is insane. He does protect ally, and afterward he jumps to the closest enemy, dealing 180% true damage. Now if you have one character that you're looking to get multiple dupes of, it's going to be Corin. Now once you get, he is an A rank character, granted, right, getting dupes of him is going to be way easier compared to the other characters, but he's definitely going to be very strong. I highly recommend Corin as one of the, main priority of characters to get plenty of dupes of. Now the other one is going to be this girl right here, Merrily. She is going to be, pretty decent as well. I think she's an upgrade to a lot of, to the whole other range of Lightbearer characters right here. If you look at Lightbearer class, the others are just a little bit lacking in terms of late game. So ideally these two are going to be, this is going to be the complete one. Ideally that makes sense. Now let's talk about Mauler. Like I mentioned, alright, so definitely get Brutus first. If you have 1 copy of Brutus, he's gonna be alright. Other than that, he doesn't need much copy afterwards. Now as for Smokey and Murky, this is one of the best support that you can obtain early on. Alright, he is going to, I heard he falls off late game. I'm not too sure about that, but definitely he's definitely a very good healer. If you're looking for a very decent healer to start off early on, there are some strategies that revolve around using him alongside with Edwin, the other healer that you obtain early on, to basically try to run 2 healers, right? You can also try that out. That's going to be something that can carry you throughout in the story. Now you can see he also provides buff right here, increase attack by additional few percentage, right? That's always going to be very useful. So Smokey and Murky, definitely a character that you should want to consider wishlisting. So ideally once you get Brutus, 1 copy, then Smokey and Murky is going to be permanent there. You can swap out Brutus for Shakir right here. So Shakir is a very decent Mauler, alright? He's probably the best character out of the bunch. I would say, like, if I have to pick the strongest character from Mauler class, it's going to be him. Alright, Shakir is going to be probably the strongest character. He does quite a number of things. If you're looking to build like a specific Mauler class team, Shakir has to be in there for sure. Now, next up is going to be OD. Now, OD, by far, I mean, pretty straightforward. OD is a very strong character. A rank character as well. Now what makes him really strong is going to be he has the ability to apply poison, and he can finish enemies off. They are lower than, I believe, 25% HP, right? So this particular skill right here, where he immediately defeats poison enemies when their HP falls below a certain limit, which is equal to 5.2 times of the base damage dealt by the dart poison per second, which is very interesting. Alright, he has the ability to counter quite a lot of enemy heroes in PvP. He's very strong for that particular reason. If you are building one particular character for A rank, for Mauler class, he should be the top priority. Alright, and then followed by the other one is going to be, in this case, I do recommend getting 1 copy of Kruger. So once you obtain 1 copy of Kruger, then I do recommend this tank right here. I believe her name is Antandra. Now she is decent, alright? She definitely is one of the better tank. If you don't have Torrent for whatever reason, like I do, she's probably going to be the next best option, like free-to-play option for a lot of players. Torrent is still going to be by far better overall, but she's definitely a tank that can hold her own, being an epic class. So highly recommend to set her as the priority on the wish list after you have gotten at least 1 copy of Kruger, right? Then that's going to help you out a little bit more. Now next up, let's talk about the Wilder class. Now first up, we have Hewin right here. Alright, so she is going to be the healer, one of the 3 healers that you obtain early on. So she is going to be a very good option. Now you also have Iron right here. So Iron is like, looks like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. But this guy is very dupe heavy. Once you have plenty of dupes, going to be extremely strong. He has an ability to group enemies in one particular area with his skill, and then with that he can also, you can basically do combo and follow up with other characters as well. Makes him a really potent character overall. Now if you are looking just for one particular character in this class, probably Aaron is going to be the best one, right? But Granny is also no slouch, alright? If you don't have Torrent, Granny might be the going to be an equally strong S-rank tank as well. I do use Granny in my PTR server. I think she has a lot of potential. She can CC the enemies, etc. But I get it that she's a Granny, so some people might not really care about pulling for a Granny, which I get it, right? In most cases, if you can get more dupes of Heaven, would be good. If not, then Aaron, he's also part of the selector in day 7 as well. Now as for the A rank, it's recommended to get Arden. This guy needs lots of dupes. Alright, if you only get one copy, he doesn't really shine as much. But once you get lots of copies, that's where he shines. And then the other one is going to be Damien right here. Now Damien is a support that can buff and also apply a little bit of debuff as well. He's also has the ability to heal. So definitely one of the better free-to-play characters early on as well if you need multiple healers. Now the last one is going to be Graveborn, my favorite class, I believe everybody's favorite class because they are just extremely strong. Now every single character from Graveborn, believe it or not, are actually really strong and they could be considered meta. Alright, but I do highly recommend Torrent and Cisia, especially because we do get free Cisia on our 10 pull, so why would you not want more copies of her to be able to unlock more, right? But at least Torrent, you definitely need to be able to get him right here because you can only get Torrent from pulls. You cannot get him via any other methods. So for the time being, these two should be the priority. Obviously Igor and what's the name? This girl as well, I keep forgetting the name, Carolina, is also going to be very strong, but it's just there's just no competition. I feel like these two are going to be much more straightforward. Now for the A rank, Sylvina, alright, she's a very strong assassin character. She basically goes to the back and try to take care of the enemy's backline. She can do pretty well, but she needs lots of dupes. So if you can get multiple dupes, then she's going to be very strong. And of course, another one is going to be not this guy, Salazar is very bad, but this guy right here, Viperion. He's a very good AoE damage dealer, believe it or not. If you have a particular battle where there's plenty of enemies, use this guy, alright? Especially when they are grouped together, he does huge AoE damage. He's also able to recover energy as well, which is what makes him really strong. So the Graveborn, I would say the Graveborn class is just straight up broken, alright? So overall, these are the characters that I do recommend you guys to obtain. The one-time copy is going to be Rowan, Kruger, and Brutus. This is Brutus. Kruger is this guy right here. And then you can, once that is there, you can set it according to this, which is this one is going to make more sense, and of course her. Right, this is going to be how it looks like permanently. So hopefully this is going to be a good enough beginner's wishlist guide. So yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys are enjoying AFK Journey. Definitely a very fun, beautiful game as well. With that being said, I'll see you guys again in the next one. Big shout out to BlueStacks for sponsoring today's video. I'll be making more videos on GuitarRock this, so if you guys are interested to check out more AFK Journey content, feel free to subscribe to my other channel right there. With that being said, have a nice day. Goodbye.